Estimating the cost for a Relamp project involving 13 lights, specifically parking lot and building lights, requires considering labor and parts. Labor rates for electricians can vary based on location and experience. An average range is $50 to $75 per hour. For 13 lights, if you estimate an average replacement time of 30 minutes, or 0.5 hours per light, the labor cost would be calculated as 13 lights times 0.5 hours per light times $50 to $75 per hour, resulting in a labor cost estimate of $325 to $563. The cost of parts depends on the specific lighting fixtures and ballasts that are needed. A basic LED parking lot light fixture could cost around $50 to $100 each. A ballast might cost around $20 to $50 each. To calculate the total parts cost, let's assume there are 8 parking lot lights and 5 building lights. The calculation for the parking lot lights would be 8 lights times $50 to $100 per light, totaling $400 to $800. For the building lights, the calculation is 5 lights times $50 to $100 per light, which comes to $250 to $500. If 8 ballasts are needed, and they cost $20 to $50 each, the total cost for ballasts would be $160 to $400. Adding these all together, the total estimated parts cost is $810 to $1,700. Inclement weather and the use of a lift can increase labor costs. A surcharge of about 10 to 20% may be added for working in adverse conditions. The final cost estimate includes labor, which ranges from $325 to $563, parts which range from $810 to $1,700, and a weather or equipment surcharge of $81 to $213. Therefore, the total estimated cost for the project would be $1,216 to $2,476. From a retail perspective, home improvement stores may offer lighting fixtures but might not provide installation services. These stores may be able to provide estimates for materials and can refer you to local electricians for installation. It is recommended to obtain multiple estimates from different contractors to compare pricing and services. The estimation involves several steps. Firstly, calculate the labor costs by multiplying the number of lights by the average replacement time and the hourly rate of the electrician. Secondly, estimate the parts cost by determining the price range for each lighting fixture and ballast required and multiplying by the number of each needed. Thirdly, factor in potential surcharges due to adverse weather conditions or the use of specialized equipment like a lift. Then, sum up the labor costs, parts costs, and any applicable surcharges to arrive at the total estimated cost. Lastly, comparing multiple estimates from different contractors ensures a fair price and helps identify the best service options. When evaluating the estimates, consider the following factors. 1. The breakdown of costs, which should include separate line items for labor, parts, and any additional fees. 2. The experience and qualifications of the electricians checking for licenses and insurance. 3. The warranty provided on both the parts and the labor. 4. The estimated project timeline, considering any potential delays due to weather or unforeseen issues. 5. References from previous clients to assess the contractor's reliability and quality of work. Consider the energy efficiency of the new lighting fixtures when selecting replacements. LED lighting is more energy efficient than traditional lighting options and can lead to long-term cost savings on electricity bills. The initial cost of LED fixtures may be higher, but the reduced energy consumption and longer lifespan can result in a better return on investment over time. Additionally, check for any available rebates or incentives from local utility companies for upgrading to energy-efficient lighting. This can help offset the upfront costs and further improve the overall cost-effectiveness of the project. When discussing the project with potential contractors, be sure to provide them with as much information as possible about the existing lighting system and the desired upgrades. This includes the type of fixtures currently in place, the height of the poles or mounting locations, and any specific lighting requirements for the parking lot or building areas. The more information you provide, the more accurate the contractors can be with their estimates. Also, Ask about their experience with similar projects and their familiarity with local building codes and regulations. Confirm that they are properly licensed and insured to perform the work. Finally, be sure to review the contract carefully before signing anything. Ensure that all of the agreed upon terms and conditions are clearly outlined, including the scope of work, payment schedule, and warranty information. Do not hesitate to ask questions or seek clarification on any points that are unclear or ambiguous. A well-written contract will help protect your interests and ensure a smooth and successful relamping project. Always verify the qualifications of the electricians before hiring them. Check their licenses, insurance, and references. A licensed electrician has met the required training and experience standards and is authorized to perform electrical work in the area. Insurance protects you from liability in case of accidents or damages during the project. References from previous clients can provide insights into the electrician's reliability, quality of work, and customer service. It is also important to ensure that the electrician is familiar with local building codes and regulations. Failure to comply with these codes can result in fines or delays in project completion. Ask the electrician about their experience with similar projects and their knowledge of local codes. Consider obtaining permits for the relamping project. Depending on the location and scope of the work, permits may be required to ensure compliance with building codes and safety regulations. The electrician should be able to advise you on whether permits are necessary and assist you with the application process. Obtaining the necessary permits can help avoid potential issues with inspections or legal liabilities. Keep in mind the disposal of old lighting fixtures and ballasts. Some materials, such as fluorescent lamps and ballasts, may contain hazardous substances that require proper disposal. Check with local regulations for disposal requirements and options. The electrician may be able to handle the disposal of old fixtures and ballasts as part of the project. If not, you may need to arrange for proper disposal through a recycling center or hazardous waste facility. Proper disposal of these materials helps protect the environment and prevent potential health hazards. Think about the accessibility of the lighting fixtures. Ensure that the lighting fixtures are easily accessible for maintenance and future replacements. Consider the height of the poles or mounting locations and whether specialized equipment, such as a lift, is needed to reach the fixtures. If accessibility is limited, it may be necessary to install additional access points or use fixtures that require less frequent maintenance. Also, ensure that the area around the fixtures is clear of obstructions that could hinder access or create safety hazards. When planning the relamping project, consider the impact on the surrounding environment. Minimize light pollution by using fixtures that direct light downwards and avoid excessive brightness. Choose fixtures with appropriate shielding to prevent light from spilling onto adjacent properties or into the night sky. Also, consider the impact on wildlife and choose fixtures that minimize attraction to insects or birds. By considering the environmental impact of the lighting project, you can help protect the natural environment and create a more sustainable lighting system. If the existing lighting system is outdated or inefficient, consider upgrading to a more modern and energy-efficient system. This may involve replacing the existing fixtures with new LED fixtures or installing a lighting control system that automatically adjusts the brightness based on occupancy or ambient light levels. Upgrading to a more efficient system can significantly reduce energy consumption and lower electricity bills. It can also improve the quality of light and create a more comfortable and safe environment. While the initial investment may be higher, the long-term cost savings and benefits can outweigh the upfront costs. Before starting the relamping project, conduct a thorough inspection of the existing lighting system. Identify any damaged or deteriorated fixtures, wiring, or other components. Assess the condition of the poles or mounting structures and ensure that they are structurally sound. Also, check for any signs of water damage, corrosion, or other environmental factors that could affect the performance or safety of the lighting system. By identifying any potential problems before starting the project, you can address them proactively and avoid costly surprises later on. When selecting replacement fixtures, consider the color temperature of the light. Color temperature is a measure of the warmth or coolness of the light and is measured in Kelvin. Lower color temperatures, such as 2700 Kelvin to 3000 Kelvin, produce a warm, yellowish light that is often used in residential settings. Higher color temperatures, such as 4000 Kelvin to 5000 Kelvin, produce a cool, bluish light that is often used in commercial or industrial settings. The appropriate color temperature for a parking lot or building lighting project will depend on the specific application and the desired ambience. In general, a color temperature of 4000 Kelvin is a good choice for parking lots and building exteriors, as it provides a bright, clear light that enhances visibility and safety. Consider the lighting distribution pattern of the fixtures. The lighting distribution pattern describes how the light is spread out over the area. Some fixtures produce a wide, even distribution of light, while others produce a more focused, directional beam. The appropriate lighting distribution pattern will depend on the size and shape of the area to be lit, as well as the desired level of illumination. For large parking lots, fixtures with a wide distribution pattern are often used to provide uniform lighting over the entire area. For building exteriors, fixtures with a more focused beam may be used to highlight architectural features or to provide security lighting. Ensure that the new lighting fixtures are compatible with the existing electrical system. Check the voltage, wattage, and amperage ratings of the fixtures and make sure that they are compatible with the existing wiring and circuit breakers. If the existing electrical system is not adequate to support the new fixtures, it may be necessary to upgrade the wiring or install additional circuits. An electrician can help you determine the compatibility of the fixtures and the electrical system and recommend any necessary upgrades. Plan the project during favorable weather conditions. Inclement weather can make it difficult and dangerous to work on the lighting system, especially if a lift is required. Avoid scheduling the project during periods of heavy rain, snow, or wind. If possible, choose a time of year when the weather is typically mild and dry. Also, be sure to check the weather forecast before starting the project and postpone it if necessary. Prioritize safety during the project. Working with electrical systems can be dangerous, so it is important to take precautions to protect yourself and others. Always disconnect the power to the lighting system before working on it. Use appropriate personal protective equipment, such as gloves, safety glasses, and a hard hat. Be careful when working at heights and use a properly secured ladder or lift. Follow all safety guidelines and procedures to minimize the risk of accidents or injuries. Be aware of the potential for underground utilities. Before digging or drilling into the ground, contact the local utility companies to locate any underground utilities such as gas lines, water lines, or electrical cables. Digging or drilling into these utilities can be dangerous and can disrupt service to the surrounding area. The utility companies will mark the location of the utility so that you can avoid them during the project. Dispose of waste materials properly. During the relamping project, you will generate waste materials such as old lighting fixtures, wiring, and packaging materials. Dispose of these materials properly in accordance with local regulations. Some materials, such as fluorescent lamps and ballasts, may contain hazardous substances that require special handling. Contact your local waste management agency for information on how to dispose of these materials safely and legally. Keep accurate records of the project. Keep records of all expenses, including labor, materials, and permits. Also, keep records of all work performed, including the date, time, and description of the work. These records can be useful for tax purposes, warranty claims, or future maintenance. They can also help you track the performance of the new lighting system and identify any potential problems. Consider installing a lighting control system. A lighting control system can automatically adjust the brightness of the lights based on occupancy, time of day, or ambient light levels. This can save energy and reduce electricity costs. A lighting control system can also improve the safety and security of the area by automatically turning on the lights when someone enters the area. There are many different types of lighting control systems available, so it is important to choose one that is appropriate for the specific application. Inspect the lighting system regularly. After the relamping project is completed, inspect the lighting system regularly to ensure that it is operating properly. Check for any damaged or deteriorated fixtures, wiring, or other components. Also, check for any signs of water damage, corrosion, or other environmental factors that could affect the performance or safety of the lighting system. Address any problems promptly to prevent them from escalating and causing further damage. Clean the lighting fixtures periodically. Dust and dirt can accumulate in the lighting fixtures and reduce the brightness. Clean the fixtures periodically to maintain their optimal performance. Use a soft cloth or brush to remove dust and dirt. Avoid using harsh chemicals or abrasive cleaners, as these can damage the fixtures.